I'm at the Home Depot and it is early August. Let's go take a quick tour of the garden center and see what we find today. Mostly, I just want you to know it is not sweatshirt weather here yet, but here I am. Let's go. This store is a fairly new store, meaning I think this is its very first summer that the garden center has been open. Now this is new since the last time I was here. In my last video in the Ball Gardens in Chicago, I was talking to expert Seth Reed about the Nymphofia glow stick. Now here's one called Fire Glow Red Hot Poker, and this is really cute too. It's a full sun perennial in my area. Look at this garden center. Oh my gosh, I'm dying at these. $30? Like, is that tag right? That's crazy. This thing is huge. Wait, I gotta set my camera down and show you how big this is. That's massive. No wonder there's a big old sign that says manager favorite. This is my favorite too, right off the bat, walking in. I gotta show you. I hope I can pick this up. Oh my gosh. It's so well watered and heavy. Can you see how big that is? This thing's gigantic. And look at all the cute, look. I feel like I can't even get it in my camera. That is so cool. $29.98. I hope you have these at your store too. Run. Ooh, it's dripping down my leg. It's so well watered and jiggly. I love how mums jiggle. Mums are one of my most favorite things to plant, not even just in the fall. I love using them in my flower beds because in my climate, they do really well. Even without a drip line, if you get them established, a lot of mine have just come back, even in places without a drip line. Now that first year, you're gonna have to hand water them. But after that, I feel like they're kind of magical. Let's go see what else they have. Now don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this was a new release. Don't quote me, I don't know that for sure. But this is a beautiful canna. It is Canna Sun, Adriana, and Maria. And my canna this year, the hummingbirds have just gone crazy. I have a canna very similar to this. It might be the same one. And my pot's outside of my arbor. And the blooms on my yellow ones with these cute little dots are just staying on for such an extended period of time that I am incorporating more yellow into my garden just because of that fact alone. Next year I will be too. Now over here, we've got one of my favorite things. I would say I would gatekeep this, except I want you guys to know about it. These are the cute little perennial garden mums. These are $2.98 in my area. This is the best way to buy them, which is when they're just budding up like this and about to crack that bud open. These are a beautiful burgundy color. I hope you can see. Look how pretty that is. And these will get, okay, not as big as this by next year, but they will get very large by next year, larger than a basketball. In my experience and in my zone, that's the way it's worked. I just did a post on these cute guys too. This is a cute little daisy. It's a perennial. This is called the Double Angel Daisy. Look how cute. I am a sucker for white flowered perennials in the garden because I just love the way they glow in the evening, which is honestly kind of the only time I get to spend out there while I'm in the summer heat. Oh, the phlox. Beautiful, beautiful garden phlox. That glows in the sunlight. You don't even need moonlight for that to glow. Beautiful. Now, coneflower. This is one that I talked extensively about on my trip to Ball, both last year and again this year. This is the double scoop. This is one that we were all enamored with on the influencer tour last summer, and I'm all in. This color is beautiful. Beautiful. It's a creamy orange pink in the rose group that I'm in. they were doing personality analysis based on what color of roses that you are drawn to. And one of the things they were saying was people who love this apricot type of color are very lovable, warm, and friendly. I don't know. Do you think that's true? I mean, I think it's true. Maybe it's just because I am drawn to that color as well. But look at this. Every time I come in, and I have some really pretty videos of this flower, this tick seed, it catches my eye. I don't have any tick seed in my garden at all right now, but look how pretty. Wait, let me show you this bud. It has a really pink center. I hope you can see that. It's so sunny out here. This one's magical. And I know tick seed does really, really, really well. And this is the perfect size for me to plant personally. It looks bigger. Here we go. Now you can kind of see what size it is. This is $9.98, so great. This is Solana tick seed. And it's a full sun perennial as well. It's full sun perennial as well. At this store, the blanket flower has pretty much all sold out. Look how pretty. I can see why. If you have this in your store, you should grab it. I have this in my mom's yard because we go with a yellow and red color scheme. And that one's just so cute, and it blooms all summer. Again, it's full sun. Just double checking. Sometimes I get excited. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Full sun. And so good. And even when it blooms out and you're left with the little seed pod, the seed pods on those are even super cute. My store has a cute, small size, perfectly plantable size of black-eyed Susans right now as well. You can't always find these in the smaller size. So if you see them in this $10, it's not even $10, $8.98 size. That size is, for me, is a great size for planting. But what I came over to look at are the beautiful asters. Aren't they so pretty? My neighbor has a bunch of these. Her yard was landscaped in the fall, and so the builder just put all asters, which I would not personally recommend doing all asters, but look how pretty they are even just in the store with those double scoop echinacea coneflowers with the asters. These are the perfect stage to buy because they're just starting to bloom. And this really pretty catmint. I have this catmint planted underneath my roses because I love the combo of the big pretty leaves of the catmint. And this is just such a pretty combo with roses. It's a smaller scale purpley blue flower that looks so good with the reds, pinks, and apricots, as we've already talked about. I'm a fan of apricots. It's in the mint family. And you can tell that because the stems are square. So if you feel it, so it's going to do really well and grow. So just make sure that you have it in an area that it can kind of expand and grow out, which I do in my garden. Pistache. This is hummingbird plants. Do you call it hummingbird plant or hummingbird mint? I'm not sure which. I have this in my pollinator garden and I love it, but my pollinator garden's not on the side of the yard where I can easily watch my pollinators. So what I see my pollinators gravitating toward all the time is the canna that I have planted in my window boxes in the front yard. And so far, I have not been able to catch them. I tried really hard. I'll show you the photograph I took. This is the only photograph I've gotten. And we have multiple hummingbirds every single day. They always come check me out. And quite honestly, I scream. I scream just a little bit every time. I think they can tell, they can smell my fear. But they still come and look at me and see how I'm doing, ask me about my day. Look at the canna. Now, I've heard some people on Instagram saying they weren't super into canna until I started posting about it. I think the secret to canna is having it in a place where you're able to go by and pick off the spent blooms and cut off the seed heads. So if you can do that, it will just keep going and going and blooming for you. If you like this style of content, make sure you give me a follow. I am a new YouTuber, not new to social, but I am new to YouTube, and it's been really fun to get to know people better and kind of find my tribe here. So if you found me and you like this content, subscribe and follow along. I would love to see you here more. All right, now we found this guy. This one's so magical. Cheyenne Spirit Coneflower. The colors, can you see how some are really yellow and some are really peachy, pinky, purpley? Oh, it's such a good one. Again, look at that water. These guys, they're on top of it at this store. Well done. Very well done. Now that's another full sun perennial. I'm gonna try and make sure I tell you. Okay, the yarrow. Now this one doesn't say, oh, it does say sky sail. Perennial full sun. What I wanted to show you on this is the varieties of colors. Yet again, it starts off with some kind of a creamy yellow, and then it goes down to a pinky purple, corally. I don't know. It's really fun. I don't grow yarrow in my yard. Maybe I need to find a spot for it. Do you grow yarrow? Let me know. Am I missing out? Am I missing out? So I definitely feel like I am. Sky sail. Now these are the exact planters that I picked up 2 or 3 weeks ago to fill in my front window box underneath my window hanging baskets. I have double sunfinity sunflowers, which are actually new to the market next year, but they had them at my Home Depot stores. Good job, their grower, Olson's Greenhouse Gardens. I'm an ambassador for them, and I didn't even know how cool it was that they had those at my Home Depot stores this year until I went to Chicago and was talking to different people, and they were like, yeah, those aren't even out really yet. Some people got, I guess, exclusive access, so we did in my area. But these guys, I got a pot to add in with that because the plant has gotten so huge, it's completely overgrown the petunias that I had in the pot next to it. So I have some of these beautiful, beautiful canna and lantana. Lantana is another new favorite in my yard this year. It's going crazy, crazy. And it's not even very close to the drip line. And my lantana, it's yellow just like this, is just overflowing my beds in the very best way possible. I don't know if you knew this about mums, but there's early, mid, and late blooming mums. So I like to have a mix, which means that you want to go shopping at different times of the season. So you can see some of these guys over here are early blooming mums. Again, I like to mix it up. I like to have a little bit of each. If you want later blooming mums, buy them a little bit later. If you want them to bloom closer to October, in my experience, they're always going to bloom earlier what you see in a garden center versus what you grow in your own yard. So these, when I grow these in my yard, they typically bloom, I don't know, I don't want to guess, but I'm going to guess and say 2 to 3 weeks later than what I buy them for purchase at the store. I hope that makes sense. We have some more Angelonia. Gosh, that orange mum, that's striking. And this beautiful carmine red, that's beautiful too. My store even has some New Guinea impatiens. Oh wait, these guys. I am gonna grab one of these. This is another favorite plant of mine that I have never grown before, but I just started growing this year. I don't have any idea what variety of begonia this is, but this thing has bloomed all summer long. Again, I went out of town and I didn't have some of my boxes on drip. This thing, magical. Even in the shade, even not on drip. I just had one area of my planter that got a little bit too dry, and I'm hosting a garden party. I want this to be, I mean, look at this. I want it to be looking like this when I host my garden party. So I'm gonna grab one of these and replace it. I was debating grabbing a mum. Maybe I should grab a mum. No, I'm gonna grab this. I'm doing it. I'm gonna put this guy in. Yay! Look at that, they even have my cart out for me. I love it. Love it when the garden center has carts available. It's the best. So this Dianthus Jolt is actually a perennial. It's planted up in a cute little container, so you can put it on your porch for right now and then pop it into the ground if you wanted to. This one, I did some research on this particular variety, and it's a new one. It has like the different colors planted together. I'm not actually sure if that's the same plant or just different colors of seed that the grower has chosen. But it's such a great cut flower. It's great for pollinators, butterflies. I have loved growing that plant. I have some in my own pollinator garden. Wait for it. I just saw a combo that I think is really, really cute. And I want to show you. This is a Cheyenne Spirit, again, coneflower. Okay, right? Let me move my begonia. Love the begonia, but not part of this combo. Now these, I love these because I keep the baskets. And then I put other things in them. And now I have a bunch of baskets. And they're amazing. Look how cute those are together. Okay, wait, one more. Wait, two more. Look how cute with this one. Carmine red. Okay, it just says red on the tag, but if it was a watercolor or a paint tube, it would be kind of a carmine red. And look how pretty. Look how pretty those are together. Oh, fall is always a hard transition for me, and I'm not quite ready for it yet, but I'm planning ahead. And quite honestly, I might come back before this video is even posted and get a few things for my porch because I'm making myself get my drip lines together, and then I'm going to come back and get some really pretty things. Oh, so good. So good. Last year, I waited a little bit too late. I think I was in denial of winter coming on its way, and I kind of missed out. So I want to make sure that you know about things that are already in stores, especially that are perennials and you can enjoy for more than 1 year, or you can grow it as an annual too and then just get another one. I mean, for $8 for those cute mums. Gosh, I cannot get over this flower. Look at that. Cheyenne Spirit. My friend on Instagram turned me onto this one and I love it. Now I know that some of you were talking about annuals and people were asking, they were saying they were having a hard time finding annuals. Of the coral, geraniums are my mom's favorite flower. And vinca back here. Vinca is another great drought tolerant guy. But pretty soon, pansies will be coming into the stores too. And those are great to mix in with your mums. I just really love these zonal geraniums. Zonal geranium is a new type of geranium. And they have a lot of bloom power. So they're just going to go and go for you. If you have geraniums, make sure that you're deadheading them because you want to get the most blooms possible out of your plant. And for geraniums especially, that means deadheading. And also don't overwater your geraniums. That's one of the reasons I'm actually at the store today is to get some slower drip lines for a couple of my plants. Some of mine need faster drip lines like my potted hydrangeas, and some of them need a little bit slower. Oh, look what I found. Grasses every year, every single year without fail. My friends are like, when are they getting the purple fountain grass? So it's here. Purple fountain grass. Very trendy, very beautiful in the wind. And that beautiful dark color, if you live in a lightly colored house, this is beautiful. I even really like the texture. Now these are an annual variety and they are full sun of the purple fountain grass. Man, that would be pretty with the mums too. I really need to decide. Oh my gosh, they even have peonies. What? How is it possible this store has peonies? That's crazy. That is the best price you're gonna find a peony. Peonies are a great one to pay for a larger plant. And I can't believe this one's only $25 and that's gonna bloom for you next year. That is so crazy. Carl Rosenfeld. Now, I don't think that's typical to most stores to have that in stock right now, but if you're going and looking, check really well. Make sure. Oh, and the marigolds. These are my daughter's favorite. She loves marigolds. We have lots of them at our house. To come over and show you this because it's laughably gigantic. It's huge. It's coleus. Look how big that is. It's $24, guys. I hope you can find this in your store too. It's Vigoro is the tag. This one's grown locally. Here, you can actually see where your plants are grown and who they're grown by. Look, it's so heavy, I have to put it down. How amazing is that? I also want to show you the leaves on this really cute coleus. Look how pretty the shape of those leaves are. I hope it's in focus. And they're velvety and they have little strips of pink and a little blue pointy flower on the top. This is a 6-pack for $4. This is a great shade option. This is a shade coleus. I didn't look on the tag to see what that other one is. Summer full sun and summer shade. This one's an annual. How pretty would this be mixed in with Mom's too? Maybe I need to do this on my porch. The problem is my plants on my porch are doing so well right now that I cannot bring myself to pull them yet. I just can't do it. I just love them. I have this problem every single year. I just need to pay someone to come, help push me along. But when you get good genetics and good plants, they should bloom a really long time for you, especially if you're feeding them. But don't get me started on feeding your plants. Because you should read your tags for whatever food it is that you're buying. I don't care if you're organic, synthetic, whatever you're doing, read the label and feed your plants. Well, I hope this early August Home Depot Garden Center tour was helpful for you and that you find something great in your own store. Let me know what you're planting. I would honestly love to hear. I sit up at night and I go through comments and I read them all. See you soon, Garden Fam. I'm going to be honest with you, this feels very off-brand for me. Just the two things. Expect much more fun shopping very soon.